Hello everyone. Uh, my name is Akhilesh. Today we are going to discuss about monolithic microwave integrated circuit. We will talk about the design and the technology that are used making MMIC. In this today presentation, we will talk about the history of MMIC and the introduction and the definition of MMIC. And the types of MMIC that are available in the market, and also we will see the comparison between MMIC and hybrid MIC, and the major company that involved in manufacturing MMIC, and at last we will talk about the application of MMIC. Now coming to the history of MMIC, it actually origin in 1964, but first fabricated by the Makel and Wacker in 1968 of 94 GHz receiver. Generally used material in MMIC are gallium arsenide in 1970s. ARTS focus in research and development toward the commercial application such as DBS TV receiver and cellular communication. While talking about the introduction to MMIC, as we see in the figure, it is the modern MMIC that found in the market. There are the two types of material, that is active component and passive component. While talking about the range that it's operate in is 300 megahertz to 300 gigahertz. It's found in both mode, as the digital as well as the analog mode. There are the different technologies that are used to manufacture the MMIC and the material as well, and some of the material are gallium arsenide, silicon and silicon carbide. We will talk later in this video about the materials. While talking about the types of MMIC, we have the two types of MMIC: active circuit element and the passive circuit element. In active circuit element, we generally see the diode and the transistor, whereas in passive circuit element we have resistor and capacitor. We can see in the figure. Material that are used to manufacture MMIC of active device and a passive device. Active device MMIC are made from the gallium arsenide MOSFET, that gallium arsenide HEMT, and silicon junction transistor. While talking about the passive device of MMIC are inductor, capacitor, resistor, divider and combiner, isolator and circulator. We will later talk about the schematic diagram. While comparing between the material of MMIC, we can see that the silicon that has electron mobility around 1500, while gallium arsenide has much more than the silicon, about 6-fold. But talking about the resistivity, silicon has the less resistivity than the gallium arsenide. While talking about the thermal conductivity, it is of silicon is 1.5, while gallium arsenide is just 0.55. So also we can see the wafer cost of silicon is very cheap, while gallium arsenide is expensive, and silicon carbide is very much expensive. So we generally use silicon material for the MMIC manufacturing. Now let's talk about the active device schematic diagram, and this is the schematic diagram of gallium arsenide MOSFET. We can see there is the source, drain and the gate. We can also see the buffer layer. We can see the N layer and N negative layer and N positive layer. We can see the silicon as a substrate, gallium arsenide as substrate. Now talking about the gallium arsenide HAMET, two-dimensional electronic gas. It has also the same structure, source, gate and drain. In this device we use a gallium arsenide as a substrate and a buffer layer. It has a high electron mobility. Now talking about another type of active device, it is MMIC, and it is an alternative technology to use a NP based HAMET, and also you can see it is a similar types of structure like source, gate and drain. The main, but we have different types of buffer layer that we use in this MMIC active device MMIC. Now talking about another types of active device, this is the silicon bi-junction transistor. While talking about the transistor, here we can see that there is two base and one emitter and one collector. That is on silicon substrate. This is the schematic diagram of the silicon bi-junction transistor. While talking about the passive device, you can see the capacitor, the schematic diagram of the capacitor. Capacitor is generally composed of the two metal separated by dielectric material. When electricity pass, the dielectric material become the change to the polarity, so there is the charge flow. So we use as a capacitor is used as a storage electricity storage device, and we can see that there are the several plates that are overlapping one upon another. Now while talking about the passive resistor, there is another like capacitor, we have another device that is resistor. Resistor in essence, but it is just opposing to the current. And now talking about another, this is the third types of the passive device, divider and combiner. They are the three-part component with or without loss, and sometimes maybe the four types of component we can see. And another types of the passive device is isolator and the circulator. Isolator allows microwave signal to pass in one direction. It uses ferrite, that is types of iron that is used to flow the microwave in one direction. Ferrite metal is mounted inside a wave guided and external magnetic field supplied by C-shaped permanent magnet. Now we can compare between MMIC and hybrid MIC. While talking about MIC and hybrid MIC, as we see, there is high manufacturing cost for MMIC in single or unit manufacturing, while a very low cost for making the hybrid MIC in a single or small unit. But while going for the batch manufacturing, MMIC is cheap, whereas hybrid MIC is very expensive. Also we can see that the size and weight, MMIC is very small in size, whereas hybrid MIC is large in size. While talking about the broadband performance, MMIC is very good, whereas the hybrid MIC is poor broadband performance. While talking about the design, MMIC is provide very good flexibility for design and manufacturing, whereas hybrid MIC has the less flexibility for the design. The major companies that involved in manufacturing MMIC and hybrid MIC gallium arsenide are manufactured in Toshiba, Hitachi, and Samsung, Alpha Technology, Motorola, whilst the major companies that involved in manufacturing MMIC, silicon-based MMIC are IBM, Philips, Harris, Analog Device, whereas silicon carbide, the major company that involved in manufacturing MMIC, silicon-based carbide, that are Cree. While talking about the application of MMIC, MMIC has a very large scope and are used in various fields. Some are like military, space, and civil. In military, we can use as electronic warfare, and also we can use as smart mutation and decoy. We can also use as adaptive phase array radar. While talking about the space, we can use as satellite TV receiver, satellite for communication, and also we can use as a radiometer and astronomical field as well. In talking about the civil, the application of MMIC are satellite TV receiver, wireless communication, Bluetooth and high-speed internet. Now let's some of the presentation that we have gone through. As we talk about the introduction of MMIC, that initially it is origin at 1964, but first fabricated in 1968. Also, we talk about the types of MMIC device, that we talk about the active types of MMIC device and passive types of MMIC device, and we also see the comparison between MMIC and hybrid MMIC. As we see, the manufacturing cost of MMIC is very high for a single unit, whereas the manufacturing cost of a hybrid MIC is very low for single unit. But in a batch or in a group, MMIC production is low, but hybrid MIC production is very high. Also, we see the major companies that are involved in manufacturing MMIC based on the material. We can see the Hitachi Group, Samsung, Analog, Motorola as well. We talk about the application of MMIC. As we talk about the different, we can use MMIC in different fields like military, civil, and space as well. We talk about that we can use as a radar, communication, internet. That's all. Thank you.